Imagine arriving in the world with a memory that predates your own birth, an awareness of a time before you even possessed a physical body. Bruce Benefiel describes this event as the precise, sudden shock of materializing into a stark, brightly lit room. He recalls the disorientation of that exact moment. 1 second, he existed in a state of infinite freedom, and the next, he was bound by the heavy restrictions of physical biology. Along with that restriction came a lingering sensation. He retained a pre-verbal memory of connectedness, a sense of unity with a system much larger than himself. This initial drop into physical form creates a baseline tension. It is the experience of a haunting memory of unity trapped inside the isolation of a single physical shell. For Bruce, that isolation took a tangible form almost immediately. He spent his first 6 weeks in a mid-century nursery, waiting to be adopted. During that time, he watched other infants come and go while he remained. This environment created a deep, subconscious imprint of abandonment long before he had the words to describe it. Shortly after his 4th birthday, his parents shared the truth. They told him he was adopted, that he was not their biological child. This created a conflict. He felt an internal knowing of universal connection, yet he now faced physical proof of biological separation and unknown roots. The revelation created a vacuum in his identity. It forced him to question who he was at a level that went far beyond his birth records. The knowledge of his adoption transformed his curiosity. He didn't just look for biological parents. He questioned the nature of existence itself. He began broadcasting a specific inquiry into the silence. Do I have a father and mother in heaven, and can I talk to them? This level of inquiry directs the focus of the mind. It projects a specific intention into the void, turning a vague sense of absence into a targeted mental signal. By projecting this question, Bruce made himself receptive to an answer. He had effectively prepared his own consciousness to intercept a non-local response. The response arrived on a quiet evening in the early 1960s. Bruce was leaning his elbows on a windowsill, gazing out into the dark night, lost in his usual thoughts. Out of nowhere, a booming, thunderous voice shouted, "Hey, you!" He spun around, looking for a person, but found no one. His mother was sitting just a few feet away. She had heard absolutely nothing at all. The voice possessed immense authority and volume, yet it left the physical air in the room still. It bypassed his biological ears. This interception occurred directly inside awareness, bypassing the physical world. It challenges the idea that consciousness is a private event isolated in the brain, suggesting a connection to a network outside our physical bodies. The "hey you" wasn't a direct answer to his questions about his parents. It was the universe providing proof that a connection existed and the network was open. The voice changed Bruce's relationship with the world. He moved away from being a passive observer and became an active explorer of his own perceptions. His identity detached from its biological anchors. He began to view his presence as a fluid node in a broader, intelligent system. He was eventually told that his experiences would facilitate harmony among people and the planet. It suggested that our internal inquiry doesn't just seek a map, it helps to draw one. He realized that answering an origin signal is not about finding a final static truth. It is the realization that the act of asking the question is what shapes the reality we experience. Bruce's story at the window is a microcosm of a larger process. His later work with what he called points of light implies that individual inquiry doesn't happen in isolation. Instead, as we ask questions and visualize new paths, our separate intentions begin weaving together into a shared network of awareness. You likely have your own memories of childhood intuitions, or bizarre feelings of being connected to something you couldn't see. Those moments of strange awareness are often dismissed as imagination, but they may be origin signals waiting to be acknowledged. Look back at your own life. When was the moment you realized reality was more than what you were told?